Hey everyone, Jen Decker here with the latest edition of AEW.
Time for the top five
This week we have another
AEW
action-packed week of pro wrestling,
moments.
and we are so grateful that you guys kept us trending around the world all night long. So, what do you say we figure out what moments made the list? Kicking us off at number 5, beyond being a legend in the ring, Matt Hardy has devoted his time to helping shape the future of AEW by mentoring tag teams like Private Party. He wanted to help Sammy
Hope they
Guevara,
get
but
better under his
Sammy reversed
tutelage.
his gesture and discarded Hardy's
If
warning
they don't,
against
they truly
Jericho.
do suck.
So
Team.
Hardy rescinded his offer naturally and pledged to hurt Sammy. But what happened next is not for the faint of heart.
Well, I think he feels that he sees maybe a lot of Sammy Guevara in himself when they started.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I mean, what was Matt Hardy gonna do? Like, it looked like he was in an awkward position to try to do the twisted fate. Was he gonna jump over the table and then put him through? You would think he would have did it on top of the table.
Yeah, definitely,
Right?
Sammy, to your point, Jared. They capitalized. Oh, my God. Wow.
According to reports, that wasn't meant to happen, and he actually hurt. Matt Hardy maybe even gave him a concussion as well as a fucking gash. He had like 12 stitches like
I
that.
think one of the legs might have caught Matt Hardy in the head. I mean, when you get a chair thrown at you from experience, I'm telling you, a leg will catch you.
Well, Matt Hardy brought the table out, and it looks to me as if Sammy's going to use it.
Oh, here we go!
Oh, my God. Look at Matt Hardy is bleeding profusely.
Hardy has been busted
Crazy.
Oh, my God.
From ringside. This
Even his
Thursday,
wife,
Matt Hardy
Reby,
has been busted
called him.
open.
What did she call him on Twitter?
Sammy Guevara,
Dumbass,
and
something like that.
threw that steel chair directly into the face of Matt Hardy.
I knew one of those legs caught him, and God, it's bad. It's real bad.
Look at the blood is all over Sammy as well. That's enough. That is enough.
Moving along to number 4, the campaign trail for MJF was still rolling this past Wednesday as he gears up for his title match against Jon Moxley at All Out. Of course, that was if Moxley didn't lose to Darby Allin, who competed later that night. One would think Max would be busy enough, making buttons and kissing babies and whatever it is you do to win a campaign of his. But instead, he stopped by Darby and Moxley's title match to not only pay a visit to the current champion, but maybe lend a hand in his demise.
I think Moxley got the worst.
He didn't get nothing done.
Yeah, I agree, JR.
He ain't getting up, man. He's
absolutely.
getting legs.
What the hell is this about?
MJF's friend. Oh, speaking of MJF.
For God's sake! Right between the eyes.
I love it. He hit him with the world belt. He nailed him with the world belt. That was friggin' great. Well,
Unbeknownst to
The
Rick
world
Knox.
belt.
he's made his decision.
Knox still isn't aware there was a mugging.
Well, MJF, he'd rather face Darby Allin.
Yes, absolutely. He made that decision right there.
Damn right. Smart.
I don't want to wrestle Moxley for the title. I want to wrestle Darby Allin.
Go ahead, Darby, you lucky bastard. Get the cover.
Boy, he's taking a lot of time getting there.
I'm not sure Darby knows exactly what happened, but
Wants
I
a
don't care.
coffin drop.
Coffin drop, gonna win it, gonna win it.
Boom.
A coffin drop.
Oh my
Could we have a
God.
new champion?
He's got it.
Just hooked.
So close.
We're so close.
Oh my
to
That
the
much.
canvas From the referee.
I was going to sit there and cry like a little baby and split open.
I don't get that, man. Now they're gonna keep giving him title shots.
Unfortunately for MJF, while he may have split Moxley's head wide open,
One day
with
he's
the
gonna
title
be the
belt,
champion,
Mox was
Darby
still
Allin.
able to overcome his injuries.
He'll probably get the
and
TNT
retain the
championship
AEW
first, and
Championship.
build his way up.
Max, better luck next time. Last week, Matt Cardona made waves across the wrestling world when he came to his friend Cody's aid and made his debut here at AEW. The notoriously always ready one was dominant in his first showing in ring action when he and Cody faced off against John Silver and Alex Reynolds of the Dark Order. And you guys voted him your number 3 moment of the week.
And he's a wrestling fan at heart. He's looking for an opportunity. And here you are.
Yes, sir.
AEW, this is where
According to what I read, he's
more frequently than anywhere else.
only signed for like 5 appearances. But he did say that he wanted to be be there for a while, for the long haul. And he wants to actually hold all the titles, hold the title. So he's got intentions, he's got long-term intentions and goals here in AEW.
Yeah, does he have enough though to do something here? Yeah, look at
There's
that.
some momentum. Watch out. Here comes Cody. Watch out. Cody Cutter right there. Beautiful Cody Cutter.
Yeah, but he's hurt here, Tess.
Yeah, no, you're right, Tony. You're right.
Yeah, he is hurt.
Bravely, Cody mustered some offense, but he's banged up. So it looks like Cardona's got to, oh, wow. Got to do this on his own.
And Look at the Dark Order. Here comes a German.
See, I know I always accuse AEW tag teams of doing too many spots, but that actually looked good. They do actually, they actually have a synchronicity. You know what I mean? They're you know, they got chemistry. That tag team, the Dark Order guys. And they did it fluidly. They're not sitting there like Private Party and waiting for someone to do the move. You know? That's why I'm hoping Matt Hardy will help those guys out. He actually did look good last time I saw him. So there's probably something there to Matt Hardy's tutelage.
Went for an O'Connor roll, didn't work, and there it is. That's radio silence.
I don't know if that works as a name now because he doesn't have his old Zack Ryder theme song. It says that radio part in the beginning. You know, he has to change the name. He'll probably change the name.
Well, they earned this win. They earned it. That's what great athletes do.
Congratulations to the Strong Island native on his very first AEW win. I'm sure there's many more where that came from. Coming in at number 2,
yeah, about 4 more.
Their hard-fought loss to best friends, Santana and Ortiz were in no mood to be messed with. The two headed out to the parking lot outside Daly's place, sledgehammer, Madball loaded sock in hand, maybe some spray paint, and they proceeded to go to town on Trent's mom's minivan.
Didn't they like?
You want to see some real?
Oh, that's Santana. He's got the
when you think about it, like, they're a team that really isn't living up to their thing. You know, it's like they're losing a lot. You know,
they're trying to destroy the Fantas.
Can't recall the last time they won.
Swinging for the fences on that windshield.
Ortiz gets the sledgehammer back.
This is a direct message to Trent and Chuck. Poor Sue's minivan.
Is it?
Ortiz
So observant, isn't he?
Every bit of glass on this vehicle.
Santana and Ortiz, they just won't stop.
But somebody needs to stop them.
Well, one of you guys can go over there. You're sitting down, just watching. If you're so concerned with them stopping, call security. Call somebody. You know.
That's what you want. You think we a joke? You think we a joke?
Well,
Santana and Ortiz.
recent weeks you are. Have you been winning at all? If you have, I can't recall.
Why would they attack that? What did she ever do to them?
Maybe not in tag team. Maybe in the what do you call it? 10-man tags and fucking one-on-one.
She did not do anything at all.
You don't get that. He puts Trent's mom's name there, then he puts an X through it. That's a good shot when he did that.
Don't worry, Chuck and Trent, I got this. Ready? Like a good neighbor, best friends are there. Well, that didn't work at all. Anyway, Chuck and Trent were none too pleased when they came across the wreckage. That was.
You need to stop.
What's left of Sue's minivan?
Stop. I dry heaved.
Do whatever you want to us. We don't care. Throw a chair at our heads. Hit us with your little socks. But you do not
doesn't work.
touch my mom's van. You cowards.
If you wanted a rematch, all you had to do was ask. We'd be happy to beat your ass again. We did it tonight. We'll gladly do it again.
Can't you guys go to Tony Khan and he'll give you guys money to buy your mom a new car?
Apologize to my mom.
This is going to be the one that makes you guys get all pumped up because you're going to go to the defense of your mom's car.
Maybe not. Okay.
Shut up!
And finally, we've reached your number 1 moment of the week.
Holy shit, is she annoying?
Skills that cut like a knife. There isn't a sharper man in the business than the demo god himself. But when Chris Jericho challenged Orange Cassidy to a debate this past Wednesday night,
she wasn't like that in the beginning.
With a
all of a sudden now she wants to get all cheeky and
my danger
cute
alarms
and
went off. Because let's keep it real. Orange Cassidy, while captivating in the ring,
State Farm thing, man, still thinking about it. Good thing I haven't eaten breakfast yet.
Maybe we just weren't asking the
right
questions.
Upchucked it.
I stand here in a $10,000 suit looking like $1 million. You stand there in a filthy denim jacket that smells like old salami, Dracar Noir, and batteries. You make me sick. Eric.
All right, then. Mr. Cassidy, your response, please.
I don't have to wait for 3 minutes for his response.
Nothing.
All right, let's move this along.
I'm sure this one's going to really register here with Mr. Cassidy, but global sea levels have been rising over the past century, and the rate has increased in recent decades. What are your thoughts on this very serious global situation?
What? Bishop, what are you talking about? That's got nothing to do with this situation.
Please let Eric Bischoff be a one and done.
Mr. Cassidy?
Even though his mystique and his appeal is that he doesn't talk, this actually didn't ruin it because it's funny. It's funny. And then after that, he was quiet again. Like if he keeps on talking, it would have been like that. But one of the most oddest things, because this is not even the reason why I'm pretty sure that he did it because it wasn't had nothing to do with wrestling. So he wanted to show that he's smart.
And globally, 8 of the world's largest 10 cities. Thank you.
Bischoff needs to go.
Who knew OC was such
He's not but cancer to wherever he goes.
The Orange New Deal?
WWE hired him back. They fired him like a few months ago. Later.
When moderator
Eric Bischoff
asked why
TNA goes there and he destroys that. You know what he did. You know what he did. You know what he did with with WCW.
The rematch means so much to me.
You know how I'm not even participating. You know I'm not even paying attention to what she said. Fuck. She's annoying.
Shut up.
I know that's the theme with me, but I hate annoying.
Chris, I know what you're doing
annoying
here.
People, annoying movies, annoying characters, annoying.
I mean, you scheduled the debate against
whatever.
a guy who doesn't talk. It's pretty smart. You're just trying to embarrass me, right?
Yeah. I am.
Try to embarrass me with all this? Mm-hmm. I'm not embarrassed, Chris. I don't care. I don't care about you, but I do care about next week. See, I care about that match. I do. I mean, it's the biggest match of my life.
Yeah, right it is.
It's also the biggest match of your life too, Chris.
Really?
Can you imagine, Chris? I mean, you're Chris Jericho, man. You've done it all. All the things that we can Google later. But I'm telling you right now, Chris, what if this? What is Chris Jericho loses to the guy that puts his hands in his pockets? I want you to look at me, Chris. I want you to look into my eyes and look at the man that is going to embarrass you. And next week, look at the man that's going to beat you.
He proved that he can wrestle when he went against Pac.
AEW Top 5 as voted
Then
on by you, the fans.
he proved that he can cut a good promo.
Go on. What are you
That guy's
waiting
money.
for? Get out there and rock the vote next week and make sure your favorites make the cut. You can submit your votes to @AE Wrestling using the hashtag AEW Top 5.
Enough of her. Taz. You know, why the hell was Taz being intimidated by a Dark Order enforcer looking guy standing next to him? You know, you're the manager for Brian Cage. Aren't you a badass manager? Talking all kinds of shit and being a badass? Why are you intimidated? This is the theme with Taz. You know, throughout the entire program. You know? Let's move on from that, and I'm talking about a little bit more of that later on. But the 10-man tag match that started off AEW Dynamite, sloppy as fuck. And why is Brody Lee, you know, frustrated by his men being manhandled? You know, they were being all just, you know, thrown all over the ring, and moves performed on them, offense and all that stuff. You know, they were all getting just messed up. You know, and that's what happens when you surround yourself with scrubs. You know, how about you get some guys who are experienced, you know, big badass dudes that will make Dark Order more impressive. You know, I mean, Depot Uno, he's good. So is Grayson. And you have the other two guys that they immediately brought over. But then the other ones like 5 through 10, 5 actually was okay. But it's like, you know, how about you do that? You know, some guys that are at least known, and then it'll make your thing impressive. You know, but I guess they're trying to build these guys up, and I guess that's a good thing, maybe. But you know, come on now. Now, it was really also a fucking spot fest. You know, like yeah, let's get all of our signature moves in. You know, so that's garbage. It's like I talked about this before. It's like, why are you guys acting like you're trying to impress a big time, wrestling company? You're in AEW. You don't need to impress. That's what it looks like to me when you're doing all these damn spots, all these spots, and it's, you know what I mean, like. But then, you know, in the end, Brody Lee hits the lariat, you know, distance clothesline on Hangman, you know, for the pin. And I was thinking that right before that happened, I said, man, he needs to get the pin. I thought it looked like he was going to get pinned, you know, or submitted or whatever. That he was going to take the loss, Brody Lee. But Brody Lee, ever since he wasn't unable to get the world title, he's looked like crap. It's just like they're again doing what WWE did to him. They're not pushing him the right way. Pretty soon he's going to get frustrated with AEW. You know. Now, here we go again with Taz. You know, when Darby Allin and Moxley, when their match comes up, you know, he goes back into the heel manager mode again, you know, talking about those two, you know. Ooh, bad guy Taz. But earlier, he was intimidated by a Dark Order dude. How fucking annoying is that? It's like, you can't shut on and shut off your manager and commentator thing. Continue. How about you be consistent and stay as the heel guy when you're commentating? It really comes off really like this, like it's like I said, it's not consistent. How are we gonna take you seriously when you're the manager of Brian Cage? Now, let's move on. Now, Private Party is a thorn in my side. They're overrated and overhyped, but they are endorsed by Matt Hardy, like I said before. And let's see if they will thrive under his tutelage. Now, there was a match that they had, and they had Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy was actually tuteling, you know, he's under his tutelage, and they looked really, he got more, you know, improved in the ring. I don't know if Matt Hardy's telling them to stop doing all the spots, you know, be consistent, string some moves together, and try not to, you know, to over impress people. Just do what you do. Maybe that's what he's, you know what I mean. And then Taz again, I guess I can't get away from him. You know, it's like he's saying that Matt Hardy is arrogant for saying he wants to help the talent in AEW, but it's like, wouldn't it be arrogant if Matt Hardy said, you know, that that talent should come to him, you know, to get better? You know what I mean? Like, Taz sucks, plain and simple. He really does not come off as a good commentator here. I don't even know if I really liked him when he was a SmackDown commentator. He held his own. He came up with the "Here Comes the Pain," you know, moniker. Remember, he would always say that before Brock Lesnar comes out. But anyway, let's go to JR. There's another commentator. You know, another commentating thing that I have. And like, he's like, you know, he's talking about, you know, because Matt Cardona and, you know, and Cody taking on Dark Order. And then he's like, Cardona looks really amazing, you know, physically. And he's the foremost collector of action figures, an expert in that field. What the fuck does this, you know, what the hell does those two have in common? What the hell, why do they go hand in hand? Like, he's giving like compliments about the guy's physique and his physicality and all that stuff. And then he talks about him being like, you know, what do you call it? Like a, what's that? Like I said, an expert in that field of collecting action figures. Like, that's supposed to impress people, you know? For collectors, maybe. Why would you bring it up in wrestling and then you know, you put those two together? It doesn't even go together. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, and all I can think is like, yeah, great observation there, JR. Like, speaking of Cardona, I think that he will be the one to take the title off of Cody. I think that he'll announce that Cody is going to be taking him on, and then he'll beat him for the TNT title. I mean, he has like now it's four more appearances now. because he signed for 5 in AEW, and he wants a long-term deal. He wants to be there for the long haul. We'll see what happens. And then JR, man, that's where he had a hard-on for the picture-in-picture. Even not even in NXT, do they, or even WWE for that matter, they don't keep announcing it every time. It's like, is that picture-in-picture? Is that like a company? You know how you always have to mention something about it from a company, then you get paid. Because they pay you, so you have to mention them all the time. I know picture-in-picture is a saying, it's just to describe the picture-in-picture thing. But the way that he kept saying it was like it was a company that paid them money for advertisement, and then they needed to mention them all the time. World famous restaurant quality picture-in-picture. Shut the hell up, JR. It's like, again, this is like him and then Taz, and then even sometimes Tony Schiavone. You want to turn down the volume. Like, no one's excited for that. He was acting like everybody's gonna be excited for it, And then finally, the whole thing with Eric Bischoff in AEW. And then Taz, yelling the bitch is back. It's more like the bitch is back. It's like, what's he gonna do in AEW? I mean, hopefully it's a one-off. The guy's a cancer, like I was saying earlier. To AEW, if he stays, he will be. TNA wrestling, he was a cancer there. And then WWE, same thing. Towards the end of his time in WWE, And then he's like the moderator between Jericho and Cassidy. Like I said earlier, Cassidy, man, he's a great promo, and just made himself even more of a commodity in AEW because he talked before. Remember, everybody was wondering about him because he has that lackadaisical, laid-back attitude, real slow, and he's just, just in his own head, in his own groove, moves to the beat of his own drum. And then he takes on Pac and shows everybody what he's about. And then the fact that he opened his mouth and talked, and he came out perfect, came out great. This guy could definitely break away from Best Friends. I don't think that Best Friends is. I mean, they don't reflect their record. Yeah, they got a great record, win-loss record, but it's like, I don't know. People, I don't know. I don't have an issue with them, but it's just like, I think that Orange Cassidy is the star in that group. I think he needs to break away. He's been doing a lot of stuff on his own, but I just think that I think he'd be better off on his own. Keep Best Friends as a team, Chuck and Trent, but I think it's about Orange Cassidy right now, and I think that the guy is the one that definitely one of the future stars in AEW. Seriously, you see him as a future, not only just a future world champion, but a future Triple Crown champion, Grand Slam champion. I can see him winning all the gold. But anyway, I've been talking long enough. Again, the videos are just too damn long. 14 minutes on this one. Can you guys cut the time? Can you guys cut it instead of? They practically show every segment, almost like they're showing the same thing, the whole thing. If you talk about a match, they show the whole match, right? You know what I mean? But whatever, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. But anyway, that's my video for the reaction to the top 5 AEW moments for August 5, 2020, and also my thoughts. And it was okay. I enjoyed AEW, but we'll see what happens as as they approach All Out. But anyway, that's my video, and for those of you who stopped by and checked it out, I appreciate it. And closing, as always, take care. Please remember to subscribe, click like, and click the bell icon for all notifications on this channel.